Good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Wednesday, and it is build day. Oh my goodness, it's all catching up on me too quick. I'm going to say 297. Yes, build day 297 on the construction schedule here at Villa Feliz. Anyway, today our landscapers are back on site, as you can see, and it is a beautiful, beautiful morning here. It's perfect for what these guys need to do. The soil is a little wet and a little dry. It allows it to be a little crumbly, which is making it very easy. Well, I say easy because I'm not doing it, but it makes it a lot easier for them to break up the soil and do some of the leveling. Remember, we haven't done it since Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so it's been 3 days since the landscapers have been here. So anyway, first thing they asked me this morning was this threshold that we're going to put inside here. We have a problem. I can't believe we have another problem. Remember it always seems to be the granite or granite, as they say here in the Philippines, that I always end up purchasing from City Hardware. City Hardware has some of the best, the most interesting granite that I've found. Well, before I get too crazy with the intro today and start detailing things that should be in the main part of our episode today, let's go ahead and get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. One of the things I like so much about getting our granite from City Hardware here in Lipa is the selection that they have inside there. Sometimes you have unique patterns that you don't see in some of the other big box stores that are out there. I don't know if they have somebody that's hand selecting them or what. Case in point was that last piece that we picked up that's going to be for the CR in the master bedroom suite here. I have not seen that pattern on any big box store for granite. But we're getting off subject here when it comes to that piece. The particular piece that I want to talk about this morning is the one that's going to go here for our threshold. Now, I did the same. I can't believe I did this, but I grabbed a piece of granite from down there. Remember, we got the black one and we got the one for the CR a few days back. Now the one for this area, it is 180 centimeters. It's 180 by 60. Normally I said they're 180, 220, or 240. Well, I can't believe I made the same mistake twice. We can't go by that old saying, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Well, I guess we can, because fool me twice, and it was a shame on me, because this area right here is a little over 184 centimeters wide, and that slab, like I said, is 180 centimeters, or maybe I didn't say it, but it is 180 centimeters. So we are 2.25 centimeters short for both ends for the outside, and that's only for the outside, which would be this area right here. We are shy this amount of spot right here. It will fit here on the inside between the door jamb, and on the inside, no problem with the door jamb, but on the outside, we are just shy about that much on each side. So we had to come up with some kind of solution how we want to handle that. And the options are go get another piece of granite, which to me is not another option. I'm not going to go down and purchase another, because remember, those are over 8,000 pesos each. And then the next option is, if we are going to make it short, do we make it short even with the door jamb, or do we just allow the 2.25, which would be up to about this point right here, do we allow it to be short over here and leave a gap here? So then what you have to do is you have to visualize, and I visualized how we're going to approach this. So I'm going to use that same piece. I'm not going to get another one. So to make the least effect that you would know that there was a mistake is I'm going to go ahead and allow it to go to the 180 all the way to here. Now remember, all this fill-in area right here, all of this is going to be that pebble epoxy that's going to go on the edge of here, go between the edge of here and the wall. So what we will do, we will run the edge epoxy around here, and in that 2.25 gap that we have inside there. And it won't look so obvious. It might not look obvious at all. It might look like it was meant to be like that. But I believe if we went and we shaved this off straight all the way across, and we don't do a little bit of wraparound here, I think without the wraparound, I think it would look like, oh, we have a big gap inside there and it was obvious. So that's my call. That's the way it's going to be. And I think that will look fine. That won't be a problem. Let's look at something else this morning that I discussed with my carpenter. Remember I told you yesterday we are doing a feature inside the breakfast nook for a door that's going to be a wooden door like these doors up here, and it's going to be on the ref. So this is like a template that we have on here, or a holding place. So the ref is actually back here, and when you open this wooden door, right, this wooden door, the wooden door opens up the ref inside here. All right, so what we're going to do, we are going to get a wood door panel that's going to go on the door right here. We're going to take a filler. This is not it, but we're going to take a filler. The ref here will slide out just a little bit, and this portion will go back on, and it will match flush with this right here and fill in the gap. Of course, it'll be a bigger one than this little gap we have right here right now. And then when you open the door, this will not hit the wall. If you took this right now and moved it all the way to the side, when you open it, you wouldn't have enough room, because remember, this is part of the ref door, and it's going to push against this area right here. So we will do a nice clean install, and it will be transparent. It will all look like cabinetry, and you won't even know there's a ref inside there. Of course, we will have to allow for ventilation so that we have airflow for the motor that's inside there, so we will accommodate that as well. And this portion over here, there will be a door. So there'll be a door on the ref, there will be a door underneath the sink, and they will be the same size. I can't remember what, I think this was something like 75 centimeters high by about 55 centimeters wide. So whatever the size is on here, we will do the same thing here. The only thing different that we are going to do on this side over here is we are going to put a small pedestal underneath here, and it's going to be sunk back. So the same thing when I explained to you about doing other types of cabinetry. When you walk inside here and you put your feet up here and you're working in a sink, you don't want to be kicking your wood for your cabinetry. So you always do a pedestal, and you can put it back about 10 centimeters. And no, I think it's more like 5 centimeters is what we selected. And that way you're not kicking. Your feet will go a little bit underneath, just a little bit underneath that little pedestal area right there. That's something to think about. I don't know if you've been in the house, and I've seen it here in the Philippines, and it was in my apartment. My kitchen sink, every single time that I go up to wash my dishes, my feet hit the cabinetry directly underneath the counter where the kitchen sink is, and that's awkward, and it doesn't work very well. So always remember to do a little bit of an indentation inside there. You can see we're working on that beveling. They did the 45-degree beveling. We'll put the cover on it. They'll clean up. They're going to do the sanding and the painting of that, and I think that will look much better. It's a Band-Aid, but I don't want to make it even more obvious. There was some great comments on there. Some people were saying about putting some molding around the edge over here. I think that would just make you focus even more on it. We want to minimize, and that's what the beveling does. It will help you minimize on seeing that. I guess you could call it a mistake, but we're going to leave it like that. Also inside here, the tile worker, my tile worker Ading, was asking me about how we're going to approach this. Remember yesterday I said this tile on top of here. We're going to do the wall tile, which is these tiles over here. We'll do the wraparound, and each corner will have the little plastic protector on there for finishing, and then we are going to do one layer of black granite there and black granite on this section right here. And you can see back here on the back patio, patio for the barbecue area, they are starting cutting the posts that are going to go over the top of each one of these deck rail mounts back here. So we'll monitor that today. So we are down to the final order of what we need for the support brackets that fit inside the post, the new wood composite post. I counted 14 this morning. Now I have to make a determination how many of them are straight and how many of them will be connected for the 90-degree. Most of these are for all of these stairs, the railing that goes down from a top level down to the bottom platform, and the stairwell in the back of the house. So the next thing for me to do is to count the 90s and the straights and put our order in. My supervisor. Anyway, the guys are back there. They are doing the grading. Keep asking the questions about how it's supposed to be done, and that's fine. It doesn't matter how many times they ask, as long as they follow with the instructions to keep the water away from the house, and that's what we're working on. Little bit by little bit, but we're getting there. It's the middle of the afternoon. It's almost lunchtime. It's about 1/4 till noon, 1/4 till 12. And now's the time we're going to do a quick shout out today for some of the subscribers here in My PI Dream. And we don't have many, we just have a couple. So stand by, don't skip this part. Remember, we all want to do shout outs for the people who support the channel, and it's just a kind thing to do. Anyway, the first one, it is Willie Wilson from my hometown of North Charleston, South Carolina, in the United States of America. He is turning 42. He's turning 42 today. Anyway, let me tell you a little bit about Willie. Willie's currently on vacation in Thailand, and his fiance is working in Kuwait right now. His fiance's name is Jenny, and Jenny is from Tacloban here in the Philippines. So anyway, I want to wish Willie a very happy birthday. All right, I said there was going to be a couple, and Ness is trying to video bomb me here, but there's not a couple because I had to do the old nursery rhyme, because the next one is for February 1 is our next one that I have on my list, unless something else comes in today. So anyway, so I was doing the 30 days has September, but I forgot we have 31 days in January, so there is no way. So we probably won't do another shout out until tomorrow. So anyway, that's it for the shout outs for today. So I'm just about doing my editing for tonight's video, and a lot of times what I do when I'm doing my editing, I'll browse through the comment section real quick while I'm waiting on the files to upload, because it takes like 10 or 15 minutes for the files to upload from my camera onto my hard drive. And I was just reading, and I see we have a shout out for today, and it needs to go out for today, and it is from Rosalie Jacobon. And Rosalie, her fiance's name is Leonard Drysdale, and Leonard is from Australia, and she said he watches My PI Dream all the time, and make sure that we get a good shout out for him today. So anyway, an addition shout out today for Leonard. So happy birthday, Leonard.
Happy birthday.
Well, it is lunchtime, and lunchtime is a chance for me to run downtown and get needed supplies while the workers are taking their break, and I will just fit my lunch in sometime probably when I get back. I think Ness has some leftovers. It's starting to drizzle a little bit right here. I hope it's only a drizzle and it goes away, but when you look at the sky, although I think the clouds are moving that way and it's clear over there, I think we might be okay. I just don't want to impede or slow down the progress that we're doing today with the grading of the yard in the back. So let's go down to Maquiling. Maquiling has a really good supply of cabinet doors, and what we're trying to do, remember, we're trying to get cabinet doors like that will fit the best in this area right here. I have my measurements. Let's go down there and see what we can find. All right, here we are in Maquiling. Let's see if we can find the holy grail of cabinet doors. So as you can see, these guys got a great selection of doors and cabinetry inside their store here. So what we're going to do, we're going to try to find some type of a combination, either one or two. Hopefully we can find one that will fit that exact measurement that we're looking for. Okay, herein lies our dilemma, or my dilemma I should say. What they have here, remember we're trying to fit a 55 centimeter wide ref door area that we need to cover. Well, they don't have anything that's 55 centimeters here. What they have that's the closest is they have this one right here, which is 50, which means we're 5 centimeters short. So I can't get one door. They don't have one door without us going to a custom shop and having them build it for us. Then what they have over here, they have half the size. I'm thinking about doing something where we put 2 doors on there. Remember, it is a facade. It is not a working door. Well, it's going to be a working door opening and closing a ref, but it's not a regular cabinet door. So what they have is these over here, and you'll see these are 30. So remember, our choices are 60. No, our choices are 50, or for the maximum size that they have, and then 30 that they have for, which would be half and half. So 30 and 30 is 60, but remember, we only need 55. Now, there's a possibility we could have a little bit of overlap on both sides, which is a good thing. Or if we wanted to, we could shave off a little bit off of this side, this side, this side, and this side. So if you were 5 centimeters over, you divide 5 by 4, and if my math is correct, that's 1.25, 1¼ centimeter, which wouldn't be very much, which means we would just do, about this much we could shave off. Then we could reroute it. This is a very easy quarter round routing that we have, and I think I have that bit back in my workshop, my soon-to-be workshop. So we have options now. So it looks like getting 2 of these is the best. Then we have to decide later on. Right now we just need it for the ref, but we're going to have to find some doors later on that goes underneath the sink as well. We could do the same. We could have 2 doors that open just like this underneath the sink, so that both ends kind of match and they look a little symmetrical. Anyway, I think that's what we're going to get today. I have to get this back to my carpenter so he can go ahead and start working. I think we're going to get a couple of these. Back here, I brought the cabinet doors upstairs. My foreman, Kempy, my master carpenter, he looked at it, he said they'll work, and I will show you the details how we're going to approach installing these. It's a little bit different. We had to come up with a strategy, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. Right now, what I want to do is I want to introduce you to the folks from our furniture company that we just received our dining room table from. This is custom, handmade, custom carved furniture that we just received from Filipiana. Is that how do you pronounce it? Filipiana? Filipiana Furniture?
Yes.
Filipiana Furniture. And your name?
Ferdy. My name is Ferdy.
And
he's there.
oh, okay. Anyway, but he also did the stripping, yes, and the furniture. So let me tell you the story behind this. When we first received, we didn't show the furniture when it first came in. When it first came in, a lot of the traditional older style furniture in the Philippines, they put a very thick, and what very thick coat of what was that the coating that you had on there?
I can't remember what they call it. But they call it matte finish.
Well, it was a matte. It was a matte finish, but it was very dark. You couldn't see any of the wood. All the wood is covered up. It was super dark. It was dark like you see our chandelier up here. So dark you could not see any of the knots or anything. You couldn't see the natural wood. Originally, we had done, or Ness had done some negotiating with your company, and defined the detail of what we wanted to receive here, and the detail was pretty much like what you see right here, right now. And when it arrived and you couldn't see any of the wood, we were semi-shocked, but we knew that they would take care of it. They ended up taking it back, and what they did was they stripped it and they did a refinish of it. And they're the same folks who made The where's the chair? Do you have any of the chairs? Oh, right here.
One, yeah. It matches.
They also did our chairs here for the island. We've been keeping the plastic on. You've seen it here with the plastic, but these are very nice, very comfortable chairs for the island here. So this is sort of a matching set between the two, and we're happy with this. But let me show you real quick. We'll do a little walk around here. So this is our dining room table. We're going to keep the plastic over the seats and all, because remember, we're still doing a lot of sanding everywhere and finishing and things like that. Once all that's done, we'll remove all this and it will be normal. So I want to thank you guys for your attention to detail on the customer service side and taking care of our needs. Yeah, of all the pieces. And that was about a week ago, right? About a week ago. So it took they hit it. I mean, they took it right back. They started work because there's a lot of work to removing everything. And I got to tell you, I want you to look at the detail of the carving. Let's go on the side where you can see a little bit better where the light is over here. All right, here you go. So here's the detail of the carving here. And so they went inside, they stripped all that off, and they made it back. So look, this matches this over here. So again, thank you very much. Salamat. All right, very good. So anyway, we're going to get back to some of the work that's going on here that I missed over the last hour while getting that stuff from Maquiling. So something I was told, which is a good thing, is remember all the complaints I had about these the natural wood fillers they use inside here? They said they're going to get rid of all of that. I might have mentioned that earlier. When they do their final finishing, which is kind of what they're doing on some of where the glass is out there. Remember, it was the same over here. All of this right here. Yeah, all of this had that. And what they ended up doing, they ended up blending, and I don't think they did it with a different color wood filler, but I think what they did to kind of camouflage it was using darker stain inside there over the top of that natural wood filler. So that's what they'll do on the front door. We won't see any of that when they're done. Let's take a look. Remember they were putting that granite, the black granite threshold in the sea art. Let's take a look how that was done. Oh, and put some light on here. This is actually the black granite that we used here. That big slab that we just got. It's actually a much nicer grade, and it has these little sparkly things inside. I don't know if you can see. It's a nicer grade than the rest of the house. I wish I would have found that when we picked up the other one. But I also noticed it was, I think it was at least 1,000 pesos more than what I paid for the original black that we used for the rest of the house. But this is nice. We still have to do some buffing for this right here to make it as shiny as the top up here. Then we'll put the other one right there. Well, here it is, the end of the day. Let's do a wrap up of what got done today. We had one of our guys working up here most of the day, and as well as on the front porch, putting the posts in. So I think all the posts are cut. Some of them are filled. They're filling them inside with the concrete so that they can stay stable around that modification bracket that we built. And I think that'll be okay. I looked at the depth of the screws that are mounting some of the hardware for the rails and all, and they don't go deep enough. I don't believe they go deep enough to penetrate through the composite wood into where the concrete is, or that would be a problem. So I think we're good on that as well. You can see the threshold right here. The threshold was cut, and they are still fitting it to fit here between the French doors. It goes between the master bedroom and the lanai. Also, I think I promised you that I was going to talk a little bit about the door system here for the ref that's behind that. We're not going to do that yet because I see it might be a change in plans in the way it's being mounted. I'm not sure. We will come back and we will revisit that. But what I have to do tomorrow, my carpenter, my foreman said, remember we bought two. I can show you what we bought today. We have these right here, and they're connected to the front right now, connected to the front of the ref. But we need 3 more of those, 1, 2, 3. And I think he said we're going to have a 5 centimeter corner piece right here, a filler. and he's going to do the same over here on this side. So it will be equal. We will have 3, 4, 5. We'll have 5 of the cabinet doors on there, all equal spacing, and so I trust that he's going to do a good job. He does a great job when it comes to carpentry. Let's go back downstairs and see what has been transpiring downstairs. Of course, before we start walking down, you'll see the stairs look a little darker red right now because they were doing that sealant in there today. And the next step, I think they'll be doing sanding. Oh, I have no idea how long it's going to take to finish these steps. Now, the steps, the original plan was to make them the same exact color as the steps going from the basement to the first floor. And that would match pretty well with our little glass mosaic on the back. But I kind of like the color of mahogany, so we'll think about that, whether we want to stay with the natural mahogany, which is going to would be this color right here. We could do that for the steps. And I mean, we don't have to follow the exact same colors as the ones down in the basement. We'll see. Let's go see what happened downstairs. And on the front door area, lots of finishing, lots of sanding. Remember, they do it many times. I have no idea. I got to put my umbrella up. I was sitting outside all day, and I kept seeing it getting in the way of everybody. On the inside, there was finishing. Remember, there was finishing that was being done after the beveling of the little switch plate areas right here. I think that will look better. It's hard to see without the plate on there. We'll just kind of stick it on there. It's not, but that actually looks much better than the way it did before. So a little bit of a correction. Not the best look, but I think it's the best that we're going to go for right now. And you see, we took delivery of the table and chairs that Ness ordered from Cavite, and I like it. They did a good job on the finish on that. And outside in the backyard, you see, it was a massive day of moving soil around. We were getting closer. You see, you can see this area right here. That's how much they thought they were done, but what I did was I did a water test for them. I showed them. We opened up the hose right here, and I said, if it's done correctly, water will flow away from the house and down the hill. I knew it wouldn't, so we poured water there. And when the water was turned on, the water flowed towards the house and back towards that area, all inside of there. So they saw that, and I said, you know what? I don't have to explain anymore. You do your own test. You take the hose. And from now on, when you think it's done, run the water test, and you'll see if you have negative flow away from the house. And they said, okay. So I'm going to leave it to them for that. They actually started putting in topsoil in the back, and I'm like, no, it's not time for topsoil yet. We still don't have grading done. So a little bit of anxiousness there, but it will get done. I think there's about, in the backyard, I think there's about 2 more days of grading. And that would lead us into, what is today? What is today? Is today Wednesday or Tuesday? I am thinking that by Saturday, we will be back to that topsoil over there, and we will be doing some topsoil. And I suspect maybe by Monday, because topsoil is not going to take very much. Well, it's going to take a full day. It will take a full day to distribute the topsoil. And then I think maybe by Monday we will be putting down that surprise grass that I haven't told you what we're using yet. Well, I think that's about it for today. So I am going to close, and tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow is Thursday, and if my memory serves me right, I believe tomorrow is going to be build day 298, I believe. 298? You have no idea. You have no idea. So anyway, I think it's 298. So until tomorrow, if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed, and you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. No. New video. I had to do that.
I thought it was fun already.
So until tomorrow, you have a wonderful and blessed day.